welcome to my channel. So if you guys are an avid reader like I am, I didn't know this until my neighbor taught me this, but you can actually, if you guys have a library card, you can actually rent digital books from your library. Now, I've seen people in my groups actually join multiple different libraries. Some libraries you do have to pay to become a member if you're like out of town, because like the bigger the city's libraries are, the bigger you have a chance of getting books and everything. So it just depends on where you live and what library you have. But there is an app called Libby. So basically what you'll do is you'll download the app, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna sign in with your library information. You might have to like confirm something. I've had it for a while, but you're basically just gonna go to Libby, put your library information in there, and it'll connect to your library. So I have the Wisconsin Digital Library. I live in the state of Wisconsin. I live in the Madison, Wisconsin area. So I have a huge opportunity of libraries in this area. So it just depends on where you live. But here they have some books that you guys can rent. So like right here it says your lucky day, there's no waiting. So very rare they'll have some books that have wait lists, and you like might get to read it, but you do have a shorter time to read it. You can choose how long you want to rent the book. For a while there I was doing 14 days, and then I changed it to 21 days, which is the maximum, but you can always renew it if you haven't read it in 21 days. But here you can also get audiobooks. So there's also audiobooks to do, but basically here's 10 titles that I don't have to wait for, like The Girl on the Train. We got Origin. I know there was one book that I really wanted to read, but I just couldn't read it at the time because I didn't want to stop and get it. But then they're going to have the guides. So basically you can get books that are available now, kids, teens, and more guides. And then they have Canopy, which is actually an app that you can watch on your phone. I watch it on Roku, but you can actually rent movies, digital movies from your library using Canopy, but I've only done that like once or twice. You can also get books if you guys, or magazines if you want to look at a magazine. But yeah, like there's a bunch of different stuff here. So this is just something that you guys can get for free with your library books. So then what happens is I actually have a list of books that I have on hold. The maximum books you can have on hold are 10. I know it's crazy, but if you have multiple libraries in your app, you can do more than 10. But like right here, I want to read Iron Flame. And now I had this listed before it came out like a month or so ago. And I was like the 336th person in line. And my library has 28 copies of that. So every 28, so they basically have 28 digital books. And right now there's over 1,282 people waiting for this book. I'm the 10th in line. I already had it available to me, but I wasn't ready to read it because I'm trying to read all Christmas books right now. So I changed the date to deliver after January 2nd. So basically you can have it where if it's available, you can choose to get it in a couple days, the next day, or you can choose months from now if you're not ready for it. It just basically means you get first pick. So what happens if I'm ready to read this, I just I will hit this deliver after this second, and I can change it to update hold to now. But I don't want to do that because I'm not ready to read that. But then basically when I do that, I get the book like within a couple of hours, or I might have to wait a day. I like to like read one book at a time. There are times where I've read like 2 books at the same time, but it's pretty easy. And then there was like another book that I've been waiting forever for, and I'm currently the first in line, but again, I wasn't waiting for it. So when I'm ready for it, I can do it. And then there are books that don't have any hold. I've been waiting for this book forever, and then I think it came available. But there's one book that right here, I wanted to read this book called Wildflower. I'm the 310th person in line for this book, and I put it on hold November 26th. It is now December 17th, and there is 75 people waiting, or there is 377 people waiting for this copy, and there's only 5 copies in use. So this will take a while for me to get, which is totally fine because I'm getting it for free. I don't have to pay for the book. I can just wait. Otherwise, I can go to my library and see if they physically have it too, which might be a little bit faster. And then like this one's a Christmas book that I wanted to read. There is 386 people that want this book. My library only has 3 copies to use. I might have this probably on hold until next year for Christmas. I'm just gonna say. But these are the books that I have on hold that I want to read. There are 7 books, and then when I choose to unhold them, it'll come like that. But when a book comes available, I actually have something that shows up on my phone that says this book is available. You'll click it, and then it'll say, do you want to deliver it? So then you do that. So I'll show you guys how to find a book. So let's say I want a book. Let's see. There's this, I don't know what book to get. But, so what happens is, let's see. I don't know what book to read. I know some books like take forever, and then some do have a waiting list. So, but basically, let's just do this Frederick Becken, okay? So what I can do is I'm going to hit place hold, okay? Then, okay, now it says it's a several month wait. So this one's not available right now. Let's refresh this. Let's try Girl on the Train. Okay, borrow. Okay, so this one, I can borrow it. I'm borrowing it for 21 days, and all you'll do is hit borrow. So we're gonna click borrow, okay? And then it says, you can open the book or you can go to the shelf. So what we do is I open the book, and it takes me directly to my Amazon app. So that's another thing you wanna do is make sure you link your Amazon to your Libby thing. And then what happens is I hit get library book, and it'll automatically send it to my Kindle. So then when I open my Kindle up, the book will be there. So I have this book until January 7th, 2024. So now what happens when I want to return the book, I will actually go to my Kindle. I'm going to do it on my phone because it just might be a little bit easier. So right here we have Girl on the Train right here. Then what I'm gonna do is I need to figure out how to take it back. I know how to do it on my Kindle, but I gotta figure out how to put it. So how I do it on my, so what I do on my actual Kindle is I just push the 3 dots, and then you can return to public library, but you also want to make sure that you also go to the Libby and return it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna hold it down where it's checked off, and then I'm going to do remove from library. I'm also gonna do remove from download. But then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go back to the Libby web app, okay? Then you're gonna do manage loan right here, and you're gonna return early. So I just returned it. We're gonna return it. Bam. Super easy. Just make sure you remove it from your Kindle. There's ways to do that. But now I returned it, and I no longer have a book rented from the library. So those are great ways to get books. Now some of the stuff I read is not available at my library, so it just depends on what you want to read. But they have a lot of great books to choose from, and super easy to rent without actually getting the physical book, without actually physically going to the library. So if you guys are interested in something like this, I'm more than happy to help answer your questions. But I've been using this app for about 1.5 years now, and I absolutely love it. And I love my library system where I don't have to go to the library. I feel bad, like, you know, the library has all those books, but I myself prefer to read with a Kindle than an actual book, just because of my eyes and how it's too much, and like I'm afraid it could get ruined with my kids and all that fun stuff. But it's an easy way to get free books, and you can return them and do all that fun stuff. So if you guys enjoyed this easy deal that you guys can get with your library and your Kindle books, it'll probably be the same way with like the Nook and all that stuff. You just probably have to look for tutorials for it. I can't speak, but if you guys enjoy this video, please give this video a great big thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. See you later. Bye-bye.